When Toby Keith was 30, still struggling to find his feet in the world of country music, never in his wildest dreams he would have imagined that his career will take off from Bremen, a small town in Georgia with a population of 7,000, almost 800 miles away from his native Oklahoma. Bremen rests off Interstate 20 in between Birmingham and Atlanta. The town isn't known for many things, except gospel singer Hugh McGraw, no relation to Tim McGraw, and Milltown Music Hall, a strip mall turned church and music venue. The walls at Milltown Music Hall are lined with gold records, awards, and other artifacts from legendary producer Harold Shedd's career. When Keith was struggling and facing rejections from other labels, it was a stroke of luck that got Keith noticed by Shedd. Keith's career had still not taken off, still playing gigs at local bars, while Shedd was an industry veteran by now. Take a look at the talent he had worked with before he even met Keith. Alabama, Roger Miller, Glenn Campbell, Willie Nelson, KT Oslin, Johnny Cash, and Reba McEntire, just to name a few. After cutting his teeth in the radio business, Shedd made his mark on Nashville. He co-owned the Music Mill Studio beginning in 1979. Fast forward to the 90s, Harold was playing in the big league, and Keith considered giving up even before he even got a record deal, after one industry executive told him that his songs weren't good enough. This is how Keith recounted his struggling days in an interview. "I had a meeting with Jimmy Bowen at Capitol. When I went in there and played, it was on a cassette. He'd play a verse and a chorus and he'd hit fast forward. We got done and he goes, 'You sing good, but you need to go back to the woodshed and work on your songwriting. These songs aren't going to cut it.'" Keith's wife Trisha would be told by her friends and family to convince him to quit music and get a job. Thankfully, Trisha never gave up on him, and a friend of Keith who also believed in him managed to get his work to Harold Shedd. Shedd said a flight attendant slipped him a cassette tape with some of Keith's songs on a flight from Los Angeles to Nashville. He was just amazed that these songs were just floating around in Nashville and no one had made a record with them. He took a flight to meet Keith the same day and heard him at a hotel bar. Shedd signed Toby Keith to Mercury Records and asked him if he can do anything for him before flying back to Nashville. Toby replied that he was 3 house payments behind. Shedd helped make the late payments and they got to work. They released Keith's debut album in 1993. The album's first single, "Should've Been A Cowboy," went to #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs. The breakout hit was the most played country song of the decade. The album sold more than 1 million copies in the United States, earning a platinum certification. Shedd was instrumental in kickstarting Toby's career, and the two shared a lot of success together. But even their relationship had its ups and downs. As years passed, Keith was growing restless for not having the creative freedom that he wanted. This is what Keith had to say at the 2017 Country Radio Seminar. "If you look at those first photo shoots, they had us in suits. Finally, I started dressing out of my closet and recording the songs I wanted to record. I put up with it for 4 years, and then I said, I'm going to go down with my own ship. I can live if I go down with my ship. But if I'm not the captain and you guys take it down, I can't sleep at night. So we're going to do it this way, and if you don't like it, then I don't like you." Keith wanted more control on his music and clashed with Mercury over songs that he wanted to cut but they would never record. He ultimately changed producers and went with James Stroud, and in 2005 founded Showdog Nashville, his independent record label. But the magic and success Keith and Harold created together cannot be forgotten. Starting off with his iconic song, "Should've Been a Cowboy." Do you think that song defines Keith's legacy better than any other song of his? Let us know in comments. And if you liked the video, then please hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go.